afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible clearly, students? Please mention in the chat box. Hello, students, can you hear me? Please mention in the chat box. Write in the chat box if you can hear me properly. Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you. Uh, so, okay, so how many students have joined? It's 19. Uh, so last class I couldn't take. Okay, two classes I couldn't take because uh, I was assigned for some work in college, so two classes were missed, but no issues. We will make it up, okay? So today, I think we have completed the raw water engineering part. Last class, I think we have done about distribution system. If I am not wrong, can you please tell me, or did we do the distribution system part? Okay, Sapam said yes. Okay. Okay, so as far I remember, also we have completed the distribution part, and with the distribution part, we have completed your raw water engineering. That is module one. We have completed. Okay, so today we will be moving on to our next module. That is your this is sewage, about sewage. Okay, that is your wastewater engineering. So let me share my screen. So this is on this is your wastewater engineering. Okay. Okay. So basically, in the first class of your environmental engineering class, I have already mentioned about your wastewater engineering while explaining your raw water engineering also. So let me remind a little bit about that. That what is wastewater engineering? So raw water engineering is you have studied, like we take the water it is taken from the source, okay, and from the source it is given treatment, and then after giving treatment it is finally supplied into the distribution system, and it is finally supplied to the customers, okay, or to the consumers, correct? So after you have got the water in your homes, okay, then what will you do? You will use the water, isn't it? You will use the water for different purposes, like there are different demands we have studied, like for there is a public demand, there is a domestic demand, fire demands, the many demands are there like that, okay. So the water which you have used for your domestic purposes, after using the raw water, so it will finally become now a wastewater, okay. So after you have used for different purposes the water, what it will be, it will be carried out through the sewers. What is a sewer? The water with the pipes, those are carrying the wastewater. It is your sewers, okay. Okay, so you can't hear me or what? I'm audible, right, students? Quickly say yes, yes, yes if you can hear me. Can hear, ma'am. Okay. Sapam can hear. Hoketo, I think, yeah, your network is not good. Rohit is also hearing. Okay. Okay, so I think I am audible. Okay, the Hoketo, I think your network is not good. That's why. Okay, no problem. Uh, Okay. So, so what I was telling, yes. So after you use the water, so it will become now a dog, wastewater, and it will be, it will be carried out through a sewer, and sewer or pipes you have. Everybody has in their homes. Okay, we have pipes you can see, and that is known as your sewer pipes. Okay, sewers you can see. So, so basically, what is done? So the water it is carried out through the sewers, okay, and then it is disposed of. It is finally disposed of to a river, or you can say it is disposed to a land, okay. But the water, the wastewater, it cannot be directly disposed of the water to the river or to the land, okay, because there are different microorganisms that is your organic matter is present there, and when the organic matter is present in wastewater, what will happen, your microorganisms will also be there. So these microorganisms, when they are disposed of to the land or to the your water, river water. So what they will do, they will consume the oxygen, okay, and they release your carbon dioxide. So when they they consume the oxygen, so what will happen in your river? There is there are dissolved oxygen in the river, which is very essential for your aquatic animals and plants. Okay, so when these wastewater they will consume the dissolved oxygen in the river from the river, so obviously it will be the aquatic plants and animals they will be hampered. Okay, for that reason the this wastewater it cannot be directly disposed of to the to a land or to a river directly. So what it is needed to do, treatment process is required to be done to the wastewater. Okay, but in your wastewater, there are different types of wastewater you can see. So if we say that the rainwater or the storm water, that is also included in your wastewater. Okay, so that storm water or the rainwater, it is that water it is not required to give any treatment. Okay, that water it can be directly disposed of to the river, or it can be disposed of to your this land. Okay, I'm talking only about the water, the wastewater that is generated from your house. Okay, after it has used. Okay, so that sewage water, and sewage everyone knows, I guess. Okay, that is from your bathrooms, or you can say generally from your bathrooms especially. So that needs to be given a treatment process. Okay, so here in this module you will only be dealing with your sewage water, or you can say wastewater. Okay, here your raw water it is nowhere mentioned, only you will be studying about your wastewater. Okay, so, sewage, if I say you the term sewage, what is sewage? It is, it is made up of water. Okay, water, it is a mixture of water and your solid matter. Okay, solid matter, that means your excreta. You can say excreta. Okay, human excreta, you can say. So, that is a mixture of your water and the solid matter. Okay, either in a suspension state or in a dissolved state. Okay, so that is a sewage. Whenever I tell you sewage, then you will make an idea in your this one. You will get the idea that sewage it is a mixture of water and the solid matter. Okay, so the waste what it is done, it can be the waste it can be classified into your solid waste, and there is also a liquid waste. Okay, and so this waste the waste can be of different items, those like it can be garbage. Okay, it can be sewage, it can be storm water, as I said now. Okay, so it can be this one your rubbish or sullage, all these things. Okay, so your this waste, okay, it should be it should be properly, both the liquid and solid waste, it should be properly collected. Okay, it should be properly collected, and then it should be disposed of. Okay, otherwise what will happen, that your unhygiene condition will be developed. Okay, Okay, if you don't, if you just throw the sewage or silage or garbage, yeah, just here and there. So what will happen? So unhygiene condition will develop. So for your sanitary condition, so we should dispose it off to a safely to a disposal site. Okay, and we should maintain a clean environment. Okay, so let us see what is there in the chapter. So uh, purpose of sanitation. Okay, purpose of sanitation. Everyone knows that what's written here. You see, the the garbage, the in your household you have dustbins. Okay, you have dustbins. So you what we do generally is that throughout the day, whatever garbage, silage or whatever waste we have in our household, what we do, we throw it in the dustbin, and then in the night or in the morning we keep it in our society, and from the GMCH person they come and they collect it in a truck or in a wheel carts. Okay, wheel carts they bring and they take it. Okay, so basically sanitation, it is very much important because nowadays what is happened, the it is the garbage, the sewage, the sewage, they are produced every day. Okay, they are produced every day, and these what it is done, that this if this garbage it is not collected and it is not disposed of regularly, so what will happen, then it will go on, it will go on accumulating on the in the dustbins, isn't it? So if it goes on accumulating in dustbins, what will happen, as I already said just now, that insanitary conditions will be developed. Okay, so there will be flies over there, so it will give you bad smell in your society. Okay, bacteria will develop. So all these things will be there. So for your sanitation, for a sanitation purpose, this garbage or these things, it should be carried off properly. Okay. So next is your next is your system of sanitation. Okay, we will learn about the system of sanitation. So basically, what are the system of sanitation? There are two types of system of sanitation. So that means how what are the systems by which the sewage it is being carried off. Okay. So number one is your conservancy or dry system, and the number two is your water carriage system. Okay. So let us first study about your conservancy, or it is also known as your dry system. So what it is, okay? So conservancy system, it is basically, it is an old method, okay? It is an old method, so it is also known as your dry system, because here water is not used. Okay, so here what it is done, all the sorts of garbage or all the sorts of waste, like your you can say sewage, okay, garbage, rubbish, all these things, they are first of all from a community, it is first collected. Okay, it is first collected in dustbins, or you can say in garbage bags. Okay, and then from that area, okay, from a suitable point, the persons from GMCH or people, they come, and they from these dustbins, the waste, it is being collected and carried by trucks, and it is disposed of, and it is taken to a disposal point, and they are being disposed of. Okay, so this is a old system. Okay, this is a old system, and your this water carriage system, it is your it is a modern system. So nowadays in our households, so we are using the water carriage system. Okay, so first of all, in your dry system or conservancy system, so there are different methods of collection of various types of refuses. Okay, so which are given below, you can see here. So how the garbages are carried. Okay, so in your conservancy or dry system, the garbage, okay, the garbage, it is removed by the wheel baskets from roadside. Okay, so it is an old system. So here the garbages are removed by the wheel baskets from roadside, and then it is conveyed to the dumping ground. Okay, and the dumping ground, it is obviously it is far away from the town, and at the dumping ground the garbage, it is what it is done, it is separated into two categories. Number one, it is your flammable, and the number two, it is inflammable. So the garbages which are flammable, what they are done, they are they are burnt. Okay, and the inflammable garbages, they are dumped in low lying areas. Okay, so next is the rubbish. So what is rubbish? The rubbish, what they are done, they are also collected in same way like pans or baskets. Okay, and they are conveyed by carts or trucks. Okay, to the point of disposal, and there also the rubbishes are they are separated into two categories. Number one is your combustible, and the one is your non-combustible. So the combustible, these materials, they are burnt. Okay, and the non-combustible material, they are again dumped. Okay, into low-lying areas. So next is the sillage and storm water. So the storm water, that I already told, what they are, they are flow, they are allowed to flow through the open drains. Okay, they are allowed to open flow to the drains, and they are not they don't need any treatment, so they can finally be discharged into a river or a stream. Okay, so next last is the night soil. Night soil, in other way you can say it is human excreta. Okay, or night soil or human excreta. So what they are done here is that they are also collected from laboratories. Okay, in tanks. Okay, and they are carried in trucks, or you can say carts, away from the town. Okay, and then it is also buried into the ground, and after it is buried in the ground, then finally after some years, or it is automatically converted into manure. Okay, okay, just give me a minute, just wait. Okay. Okay, so these four are the processes for your how the in a conservancy system, these four types of refuses or waste are being carried out. Okay, okay. So somebody has given potato, then silage means okay. Okay, now silage is what it is the wastewater. It is the wastewater that is being that developed generated from your. You can say you have washed your dishes. Okay, so except from human excreta. Okay, except from human excreta, whatever wastewater is there, so that is included in silage. Okay, and sewage is what? Sewage includes your human excreta. Okay, human excreta, that is from your bathroom, that is your feces, and you can say urinals. So all these things are included in your sewage, and silage is the except your human excreta and urinals and all the other wastewaters are included in your silage. Okay. Okay, next is your water carriage system. Okay, so water carriage system nowadays, if we everybody has in their household, we have the flushing system. Okay, in our bathrooms we have the flushing system, and nowadays everywhere you can find it in every household. Okay, so here your water carriage system, your 99.9% is your water, and 1% it is your solid. Okay, it is your solid. So here basically the medium of conveying the sewage to the treatment plant, and you can say, and the final disposal, it is your the medium of conveying the sewage, it is your water. So water is the main thing here. Okay, so 99% is water in water carriage system, and 1% is only solid, that is your human excreta. Okay, so what here the different works that are involved in the water carriage system, they are also divided here, you see. So here the storm water, how it is carried off. So here the storm water, they are carried along with the same sets of sewers in combined sewers, or maybe disposed of separately in separate sewerage system. So all these things, this combined sewer and separate sewerage system. After this topic, the next topic we will be discussing about this. Okay, so you will come to know gradually what is a separate sewerage system. Okay, so here sewage and sewage. Then the sewage and sewage, they are both carried by water through the underground sewers. Okay. Here the sewage and sewage, they are carried out by underground sewers, and here plenty of water is required for your flushing and the lavatories. Okay, and urinals for easy conveyance. Okay, so here the quantity of water, it should be, it should be such that that a dilution ratio between the solid matters and the water, it becomes very high, and the mixture, it is almost like a water. Okay, there is so much less of solid matter, there is 99% of water. So the mixture, it obviously it works as like a that of a water. Okay, so now we can discuss about the advantages. There are certain advantages and disadvantages of your conservancy system and your water carriage system. Okay. So what are the advantages of conservancy system? You see here, the conservancy system, it is very cheap, and it is an old method also. So very little quantity of water, or you can say no water is required for its watering, and the quantity of sewage reaching at the treatment plant before disposal, it is low. Why? Because this the quantity of sewage reaching at the treatment plant before disposal is low, because here this point should come in a disadvantage, because the sewage, it is it is while it is being carried to the treatment plant, the sewage, it is being thrown here and there. Okay, because it is not a hygiene process. Okay, so finally disadvantage, you see, the working of the system depends entirely on the mercy of labor, obviously, because here the sewage and the the sewages are are being carried by the labor. So whenever they are they are free, or they will carry the sewage, then only it can be conveyed, or it can be disposed of. And if the silage is carried in open drains, it may result in insanitary conditions, obviously. Since if the silage, it is carried in open drains, there may be insanitary conditions. And similarly, it is highly unhygienic and develops insanitary conditions, because the excreta starts decomposing within few hours of its production. Obviously, this human excreta, it obviously after its production, it starts decomposing. Okay, and so it is very unhygienic while when it is being carried in a wheel carts. Okay, so the and what happens next? Okay, due to improper or careless disposal of refuse or waste, there are chances of outbreak of epidemic, as already said. Okay, so these are the advantages, easy advantages and disadvantages. Okay, and let us see the advantages of water carriage system. So in a water carriage system, your maximum is advantages, and very 2 points are only here for about disadvantage. Okay, so advantages, you can see in this system, since night soil, it is not collected by human beings, it is free from humiliation and social injustice. Okay, so next is your, the initial cost involved for the installation of this system is very high, and the operational cost is low because of smaller requirement of labor. Obviously, while installing the water carriage system, it might be the initial cost is high, but the after it is being installed, the operational cost is not very much high. Okay, and there is no chance of any nuisance on the streets. Okay, Then it does not depend on the manual labors except in the case of cleaning of sewers when required. Okay, so only when cleaning cleaning of sewers is required, only then labors is required. Okay, so uh, and less area is required for treatment works. Okay, so the disadvantages you can see here, number one is your, in case of any break of water supply, the system is highly affected. Obviously, if you will not get water, if somehow the pipes or distribution pipes are being affected, then obviously this water carriage system will be, it will be affected, isn't it? You will not get water. So, and also number two advantages is that here high quantity of water it is required. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. You can take out the important 3 4 points. Okay, then you can write it down in your copy. So there is a comparison between your conservancy and water carriage system. So here your 15 points differences are given. Okay, so 15 comparisons are not required. You pick out important 10 points. Okay, 10 points from here, any 10 points based on whatever you find easy or what you can remember. So 10 points you pick up and then you write it down in your copy. Okay, so let us see here. So first one, these are already discussed. Okay, just they are pointing out the differences, that in your conservancy system, it doesn't require any skilled or technical personnel. Okay, for the laying, operation, and maintenance of the system. And in the other water carriage system, your skilled labors are required. Okay, then your, here in conservancy system, large number of labors are required, and there in water carriage system, less number of labors are required. Then this one is conservancy. It is non-hygienic. The other one is hygienic. Here, the small quantity of water is required. There, it is large quantity of water is required. Yes. So, due to foul smell and fly trouble, latrines are to be provided away from the living room. So buildings cannot be designed as one compact unit. So this is an old system, right? So in your old system, since there is less one that in your conservancy system, since very less amount of water it is required. So here the buildings or the the houses, it cannot be made as one compact unit, since the bathroom, it is always designed outside. Okay, so because of the foul smell. Okay, and here nowadays latrines and bathrooms, they are attached. Okay, nowadays we can find it as attached. So this, because of the water carriage system, it is that advantage. Okay, so here again, collection and disposal works are done above the ground, and there it is done. Water carriage is done, underground. So like this, you see. Okay, 10 points you pick it out and you write down the comparison. Okay. Okay. So next is your systems of sewerage. So just now, as we I told, like there are different systems of sewerage. How the sewers, how the sewerage, okay, sewerage are being carried. Okay, how the sewerage or the sewages, they are being carried off through the pipes or through the sewers. Okay, so there are different systems. So number one is your combined system, number two is your separate system, and number three is your partially separate system. Okay, so now let us see what is a combined system. So you see here, in a combined system, one single set of sewers are laid for carrying liquid waste, okay, from a community. Okay, and both sanitary sewage and storm water is allowed to enter the sewerage system for disposal. So basically, in a system of sewerage, we are talking here about two kinds of sewage, that is your both sanitary, and one is your sanitary sewage, that is just now we have learned from the bathrooms and all those things, and number two is the storm water. Okay, so how they are being carried in a combined system in your household. Okay, so when only one single set of sewer or pipe, you can say, when only one single set of sewer are laid. Okay, so in that single set of sewer, both your sanitary sewage and your storm water, it is allowed to enter. Okay, it is allowed to enter, and that is known as your combined system. Clear? Then your advantages of combined system, you see here, that the self cleansing velocity is easily achieved since your both the things are going through the sewer, so the self cleansing velocity can be easily achieved. Okay, then the system requires only one set of sewers, the maintenance costs are reduced. Obviously, since there are only one set of sewers, so the maintenance cost is low. Then number 3 points, you can write it from here. Okay, that I have given the tick marks. So number 4, you can see here that due to larger diameter of sewer, it can be easily cleaned. Okay, since it is a one pipe, and both the things are going on, so since the diameter of the sewer, it will be a large one. Okay, so here, since the diameter of the sewer is large, so it can be easily cleaned. So what are the disadvantages? You see, it creates unnecessary pollution of storm water because both the things get mixed up. Okay, both the sanitary sewage and the storm water, it gets mixed up, so it creates unnecessary pollution of the storm water. And because of large size of sewers, their handling and transportation will be difficult. Okay, so next is your, the cost of construction will be high. The cost of construction will be high because of large size sewers to be constructed at sufficient depth below the ground surface, involving large excavation. Obviously, since the diameter of the sewer is large, so obviously you have to excavate. Okay, you have to excavate to a great depth, and so it will increase the cost of construction. Okay, so these are the disadvantages. So next is your separate system. So what is a separate system? In separate system, two separate sets of sewers are laid. Okay, there are two separate sets of sewers. So one set, it will carry your sanitary sewage, and the next set of sewer, it will carry the storm water. Okay, so here the storm water, it is carried separately. Okay, so now the storm water here, it is not mixed with the sanitary sewage, so it is not foul. Okay, it is not foul in nature, and it can be, the storm water, it can be normally disposed of to the river or the natural water course. Okay, without treatment. So here the sanitary sorry, here the storm water, it is not needed to give any treatment, since the both the sanitary sewage and the storm water, they are being carried off separately. Okay, so that is a separate system. So what are the advantages of separate system? So sewage of more or less uniform characteristics flows through the sewers, which will facilitate the treatment process. Okay, so the quantity of the sewage to be treated being small, the treatment works of smaller size would be needed, and also the load on the treatment units will be less. So here the quantity of the sewage, since the storm water, it is being carried up separately, so here only the sanitary sewage is there, and here since only sanitary sewage is coming, so the treatment or load on the treatment, it will be your less. Okay, so the storm water, it is not unnecessarily polluted, hence it can be recharged into the natural stream or river without any treatment. So that is the advantage. Okay. So next, what are the disadvantages? As two sets of sewer lines are required, it becomes costly. Obviously, it will become costly since two sets of sewers are required. And the sewers, it is since they are small size, because there are two separate sets, so the cleaning, it becomes difficult. Okay. Again, the maintenance cost of two sets of sewers are greater than that for one. So that is a disadvantage. Okay. So you can write down any 3 points from here. Okay. So next is your partially separate system. Number 3 is your partially separate system. So what it is? The sewers are designed as sanitary sewer, but sufficient access capacities are provided to carry a part of storm discharge also. In this type, the initial washings from drainage area, that is part of the storm water, are included in the sewers. When the quantity of storm water further exceeds the permissible capacity, the excess is diverted into the natural water courses. So here basically what happens that here when the two separate systems are there, okay, separate systems are there, but when the storm water, okay, the quantity of storm water it exceeds the permissible capacity, so what it is done, the excess of storm water it is diverted to the natural water courses, okay. So it is a partial, okay, that's why its name is partially separate system, okay. So next is your advantages and disadvantages. So here the problem of drainage of stormwater from houses is simplifies, and then the sewers to be provided are of reasonable size, and hence their cleaning is not very difficult. Okay, then it combines both the advantages of separate and combined system. So here partially separate system it has both the advantages. Okay, it is a combined advantage of your separate system and your combined system, okay. And disadvantages is that the smaller sewer it remains idle in dry season because there is no rain and there will be no storm water, so basically that set of sewer it will remain dry, okay. And so this is all about your uh, systems of sewerage, okay. So today up to here only, okay, you write it down this part, these all these things in your copy, okay. So did I provide this part to you in your WhatsApp, or I think no? If yes, if I provided, then you can write it down, okay. Or if I have not provided, then I will provide it by today, okay. So let us stop here today, class. Let me quickly take your attendance. Okay, I provided, right? Okay. Then you can write down in your copy. Okay. Roll number one, Sapam. Sapam is there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Roll number two, roll number three,
Present, ma'am.
okay, four, five, six, seven,
Yes, ma'am.
seven, eight, nine, ten.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number nine. Okay.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 10, 11, 12.
Yes, ma'am. 11.
Roll number 12.
Ma'am.
11, 11.
12
11, 12.
present.
Okay. 11 is also present, 12 is also present. Okay. Roll number 4
Yes, ma'am.
is present. Okay. Then who said here? Roll number 7. Roll number 7 is present. Okay. Given 7. Number 4. Okay. Then roll number 13. Roll number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, okay, 19, 20,
Present, ma'am.
20 present. Okay. 21, 22,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. 23, it has given in the chat box, okay. Present. 24,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Roll number 17 is present. Okay. Roll number 25.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Then 26.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 27. 28. 29. Okay, to present. 30.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 31.
Ma'am, 29 present.
Yes.
31 absent.
31 absent. Okay. 32.
Yeah. Ma'am, present, ma'am.
Okay. 33.
Yes, ma'am.
34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41.
Present, ma'am.
41. Okay. 42. 43.
Yes,
44.
ma'am.
43 present. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
44. 45. 46.
Yes, ma'am.
47. 46 present.
45, ma'am. 45.
Okay. 45 also present. 46 also present. 47. 48. 49. 50. Okay. So now who is left? 34. 34. Okay. Then 44. 34. Then 44. Okay. Then who else? 33. 33 I have given present. Okay, so I am calling out the absent ones. You just see, if anyone is left out. Roll number 2, then roll number 5, 6, 8, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, then 21, then 27, 28, 31, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, then 42, then 47, 48.